Hey guys, today we're going to do an overview between 4 popular Hyperlite Mountain Gear packs: the Porter, the Junction, the Unbound, and the Southwest. That's next. When it comes to my backpack for backpacking, Hyperlite Mountain Gear has been my personal choice for all my backpacking adventures so far. Today we'll do an overview and comparison between 4 of the popular packs that Hyperlite Mountain Gear makes. So these all come in different size capacities here, and the Unbound and a Junction I have in the 40 liter, the Southwest I have in a 55 liter, and the Porter down here I have actually in a 70 liter. If you're not familiar with Hyperlite Mountain Gear, they are a company that is in Maine that specializes in ultralight backpacking and adventure products using Dyneema Fabric. Dyneema is great because it has amazing water resistance while also having superior strength and durability compared to other fabrics out there. Not to mention, it's super light compared to its strength ratio. These packs are minimalistic and ultralight, and they each bring a little something different to the table. The nice thing about these packs is they're very versatile. You can compress them down if you're just carrying a small load, but if you need to carry more stuff, you can use the roll top to expand it, and it's going to go ahead and hold all that stuff without needing another pack. These packs come in various torso sizes, so you can make sure to get the right fit so it fits you comfortably. All these packs are designed in the US and are now made in Mexico. These packs are built to last, and they are not cheap. They range from $350 all the way to $475 depending on the size and your color preference. Hyperlite offers these packs in various different sizes depending on your needs. So you can get this in a 40 liter pack, which is also $2,400. You can get this in either a 55 liter pack, which is equivalent to the $3,400, or you can also get this in a 70 liter pack, which is equivalent to $4,400. For the Porter, they actually gives you one more bigger size, which you can get in 85 liters, or that's about $5,500. I think the 55 liter is a pretty good all-rounder if you're looking for one pack to do just about all your needs. It's big enough to where if you take winter clothing and extra layers, you can go ahead and expand that roll top up, but it's also going to be able to compress down to the size of a 40 liter pack if you do need it to do that. The 40 liter is going to be ideal for that ultra lighter or through hiker, because really that's plenty of room for those who are only carrying gear for themselves and are considered ultralight. Really, if you have a quiver of backpacks and you want a certain size for your specific needs, Hyperlite has you covered. One thing I haven't seen a lot of is what these packs look like when they're all rolled out compared to one another. And as you can see, it's kind of what you would expect. The 40 is the shortest, the 55 is longer than the 40, and then you have the 70 in the Porter, that's the longest as well. The Porter is also going to be wider and taller overall. Now what you can see the difference here is between the Unbound 40 and the Junction 40. The Junction is a lot shorter because it's a little bit wider, where the Unbound is narrower and taller as a result, but they're both 40 liters. From my experience, I can actually fit in more with the Unbound because of the side pockets and the mesh pocket in the front. Let's talk about the fabric. These packs come in either white or black, and they're the Dyneema Fabric as well. So you can get this in the white, which is actually a denier of 50 DCF, or you can get this in the black, which is going to be thicker at 150 denier for DCF. So the white's going to be lighter as a result, but also going to be a bit less durable compared to the black one. Since the black is a bit thicker, it does weigh about an ounce more per given volume capacity compared to the white. One thing about the white that I don't like is sometimes you can see through that pack. If you have bright objects in your backpack, you can see through that. And it also stains far easier and is much more noticeable to get dirty compared to the black. Now let's talk about all the features that these packs have in common, and then individually we'll check out all the differences. First of all, it must be said that these packs do not feature any adjustable harness, nor do they feature any load lifters. If you get fitted properly and get the right size pack for your torso size, those really aren't needed. All these packs have vertical compression straps which connects to the roll top so that you can cinch it down nicely. They also all have side compression straps and a top Y strap where you can attach more gear such as as a bear canister. All these packs are also reinforced with DCF 150 on the bottom, no matter what color you choose. These packs also have thinly padded shoulder straps that are 3/8 inch foam spacer mesh, which also have a daisy chain loop that you can attach gear, as well as an adjustable sternum strap with a built-in whistle. They also feature a dual density rigid closed cell hip belt with spacer mesh, as well as a padded lumbar panel, and hardline Dyneema hip belt pockets with water-resistant YKK zippers. All these packs also feature a 1/8 inch foam padded back panel for added support and structure. All these packs are also frame packs featuring 2 aluminum stays which are removable. However, the Unbound only features 1, similar to the Prism pack. These packs also feature Velcro closures on the roll top with the exception of the Unbound. So let's check out each of these packs individually in a bit more detail. So this pack that I have right here is called the Southwest. Now, this one is in the 55 liter version. It comes also in either a 40 liter or a 70 liter. The weight of the 40 is here, the weight of the 55 is here, and the weight of the 70 is here. What makes the Southwest unique compared to their other offerings is they actually have a full fabric 210 denier hardline front pocket and side pockets. This is really nice because it helps make it more durable from the sides and the front. So if you find yourself in some abrasive environments such as canyons and rocks, or you find yourself also in forest areas where there's branches, this hardline Dyneema full fabric is going to do a good job at protecting the sides and also the front of your pack. The front pocket has a lot of room. It's not very stretchy. You do have some elastic on the top here to close the contents in there. I like the pattern of this. It's kind of like a checkerboard here. On the pockets here, you also have that same material with that elastic as well. This is a good job to be able to put in water bottles or hold tent poles as well. Because it's one full fabric, you're not gonna have to worry about your tent poles falling out. The Southwest also has these compression straps on the side. These are kind of go at a bit more diagonal here. So you have one that interestingly goes across the side pocket here, and then you have another one that goes a bit more all the way up to the top here. This does a good job if you want to prevent any of those water bottles from falling out, but if you try to access things here, this compression strap can get in the way of some things as well, so something just to keep in mind. Inside the pack, you also have a netted hydration sleeve where you can add a water bladder, and on the side you have a hydration port that is Velcro as well. It also has an ice axe loop here, and this is right in the middle of this pocket. I'm not a huge fan of that because when you do attach your ice axe, if your pocket's full, you're gonna have a hard time attaching it to the top. So I prefer that it was more off to the side so you can still stuff that pocket. Overall, this pack does have a lot of nice features that I really have come to enjoy. This was my first Hyperlite Mountain Gear pack, and it still serves me for my winter time when I do want to go ultralight backpacking, but I need to carry a bit more warmer clothes and tools for that. Hyperlite has another pack that I don't have here. It's called the Windrider. The Windrider is basically the exact same thing as the Southwest, except it has a mesh netting for the side pockets as well as that front pocket here. So instead of that 210 denier Dyneema hardline full fabric pockets, you have mesh. And the mesh can be a good thing if you find yourself in wet environments because you can put your wet stuff in those pockets, and as you hike, it dries out as well. I did find that that mesh netting can snag on branches at times, causing it to rip or tear. The Junction is a pack that is a hybrid between the Windrider and the Southwest. The Junction comes in either a 40 liter, a 55 liter, or a 70 liter. The weight of the 40 liter is here. The weight of the 55 liter is here. This one here is in the 40 liter and it's in the white DCF 50. In the front here, you actually have this mesh netting pocket, and this is where you're gonna put anything that is wet to dry out very quickly. So if you find yourself going in rainy conditions or you get a lot of condensation in your tent, you're gonna want a way to dry it out. And so as you're hiking, you can stuff it in this front pocket and it's gonna dry out a whole lot faster than if you just stuffed it in your pack. Another pro about it is because you can see through it, you can see whatever accessories you want to grab in your pocket rather than fishing all in there to try and find the proper thing. But the con about it is everyone else can see it too. So as you're hiking, if you don't like your stuff being visible, maybe this front mesh pocket isn't for you. On the sides here, it actually resembles the Southwest material. This is a full fabric of 210 denier Dyneema hardline side pockets. So this gives you some added protections. I like this because it allows me to store my tent stakes and I don't have to worry about them falling through any kind of holes or anything like that. On the side, you also have these compression straps. So you have one here that goes over the pocket, and then you have one that goes diagonal here as well. And then of course you have your vertical compression that has the lid nice and tight. On the front here, you also have an ice axe loop. And the only thing I don't like about it is it's right in the center of the pocket. So if your pocket is stuffed, you can have a hard time attaching the ice axe to that. Inside, it also has a hydration sleeve where you can put a water bladder in there, and then you also have a hydration port where the actual tubing would come out. Overall, the Junction brings the best of both worlds between the Southwest and the Windrider, and it's a very versatile pack overall. The Porter is another pack that Hyperlight makes that is very characteristic by the horizontal side straps. It comes in either a 40 liter, 55 liter, 70 liter, or even an 85 liter pack. The weight of the 40 is here, the weight of the 55 is here, the weight of the 70 is here, and the weight of the 85 is here. This one here is the 70 liter, and it's in the black DCF 150. This is a pack that a lot of people like to attach things to the side and the front. So if you need to carry extra gear, if you need to take something for winter, carrying mountaineering gear, or even a pack raft, then this is the pack for you. So what makes this pack unique is it doesn't have a traditional side pockets or front pockets. It's basically just a long dry sack, and then there's compression straps on the side that you can use to further attach things. This pack has 3 compression straps on each side that are horizontal rather than diagonal like you see in the Junction and Southwest. This is a whole lot better job attaching things very nicely. On this side here, you can see I have my tent stakes for my winter tent. They can expand to hold lots of gear, and they can even compress very nicely if you're holding none. So because they're horizontal straps rather than the diagonal, it can hold your gear in a pretty nice asymmetrical way. Another thing is if you like to customize your own pack, this is the pack you can really customize and attach your own things. Hyperlight makes this additional pocket here in the front that I like here. It's the Porter pocket. I chose the white one. They also make it in black. I like this two-toned look here with the black pack and a white pocket. The pocket is that netting, and it also has a daisy loop in the front that is supported by some extra Dyneema fabric there as well. How you attach that pocket is you actually have this daisy chain loop here, so you can attach it at any level that you'd like. This gives you an extra 10 liters or so of storage space. On the side here, if you're carrying skis and A-frame carry, this will do a really good job, and these compression straps are pretty durable to where they're not going to rip or tear as easily from skis. On the Porter, they do not give you that separate ice axe loop like you get on the Junction and Southwest, but because you have this daisy chain loop, it's something that you can add yourself pretty easily. One thing they did take out with the Porter is they took out that water hydration sleeve from the inside, and they also took out the hydration port on the side, mainly because you're going to be attaching things to the side of this pack when you do get the Porter, so that would probably just get in the way. The Unbound is a pack that is new from Hyperlite Mountain Gear that took into account many suggestions and thoughts from thru hikers and made this into a new pack. While it is still a roll top, there is still a lot of differences compared to the other packs we've seen so far. This is a pack that is geared for those who want to hike big mile days while not having to stop very often to have snacks or anything like that. So there's a lot of additional features and accessories that is built into this pack to really enhance that kind of experience. Now the Unbound comes in 2 different sizes, either the 40 liter pack or a 55 liter pack. This one here is in the 40 liter pack. You can see the weight of the 40 here and the weight of the 50 here. You can also get this pack in 2 color options, either the white in DCF 50 or the black in DCF 150. I chose the black here typically because I'm not a huge fan of how easily that white gets dirty. Now first off, compared to other 40 liter packs that Hyperlite Mountain Gear has, this one's gonna be narrower and taller. So this pack isn't as wide compared to my Junction 40. It's going to be taller as a result, but still carry about 40 liters worth of gear. As you can see, it's narrow near the bottom and then kind of widens like a V as you go closer to the top of the pack. The reason for this is so the weight of the pack can be better distributed on your back rather than it sagging down below, kind of like what the 40 does with the Junction and Southwest. Now, while it is still narrower, it still works fine with the same pods that work for the 40 and 50 liter packs. Now, one of the big differences with the Unbound pack is the side pockets. These are massive compared to the Junction and Southwest pockets that you have. It still uses that full fabric 210 denier hardline Dyneema. As a result here, I can easily fit 2 of these smart water bottles here. And if I really wanted to cinch it down, I do have this bungee cinch here where I can really tighten whatever's in there so it doesn't fall out. Now, one thing I like to take every now and then is my Helinox Chair Zero, and I like to put it in horizontally in my packs, but because this one is a little bit more narrower than your Junction and Southwest, I wasn't able to do that very comfortably here. And with the results of the bigger side pockets here, I can easily stuff in my Chair Zero here. So that's where it goes from now on. So these bigger side pockets I really like a lot better. And the cool thing about it is, unlike the Junction, Southwest, and Windrider, you don't have to worry about that compression strap that goes over these side pockets. So you have a whole lot easier access to get your water bottles out and stuff them back in. Another thing that's different is, instead of those thick compression straps, on this pack they actually decided to just use a small thin cinch cord. And this does a sufficient job to compress your pack, but you're not gonna hold things or hang things from the side from that cinch. Now, in front here, you have this nice stretch mesh pocket that is Dyneema. I like this because it brings in some things that a lot of other companies have been using with a stretch mesh kind of fabric, but it's even stronger because it has Dyneema mixed into it. Now, because you can't see what's in this pack, so rather than having to dump everything out, they actually have an additional pocket that is right here on the bottom. And this is nice because if you want to reach things that are on the bottom of your pocket, you don't have to take everything out as a result. You can just go ahead and open this and then pull out whatever you want. I typically have my headlamp and also my water filter in that packet for quick, easy access. On the bottom of the packet, you have reinforced this Dyneema section here on the bottom. So this prevents from anything from puncturing through that pocket, such as tent stakes or anything that might be sharp that might penetrate from the bottom. One of my favorite features is underneath here, you actually have this bottom pocket, and this is like a snack pocket. A lot of other companies have incorporated this into some of their packs, so I was super happy to see when Hyperlite Mountain Gear decided to put that in. So on the left side, you have full access to whatever kind of things you want for snacks. So whatever snacks I'm going to have for the day, I stuff it into this pocket right here. It's the same material that you have on that front pocket, that stretch mesh Dyneema, and so it's really durable as well. You don't have to worry about it tearing on the ground. This is super nice because when I'm hiking and need a snack, I don't have to stop, take off my pack, open it up, and then get my snack and put it all back together. I can still hike and just grab a snack, eat it while I'm hiking. And on this other side, you also have this trash port. And it's just a little hole right here that you can go ahead and stick in your trash wrapper from whatever you ate, and it brings it towards the end of the pocket and it moves the food up closer to the entrance of that pocket so you can get for easy access. And when you're done, you can just dump out that trash pocket when you get home so that you leave no trace. The back of the pack is also a bit different compared to the other packs. It's still padded back panel, but it's sewn in particular spots. And what that does is it allows it to flex around your back a lot nicer. In the center, rather than having 2 aluminum stays, you only have 1. And that's because you're usually carrying a lighter load when you're a thru hiker, and so you only need 1. 2 is a bit overkill, but 1 still I found does a nice enough job still distributing weight down to your hips. The cool thing is it is removable, so if you choose to do without it, you can easily take it out. Another unique thing about the Unbound series is, unlike the Junction, Southwest, and Porter, the hip belt is not sewn in. Instead, it's Velcroed in. So you can actually remove this hip belt if you choose to go a little bit lighter. The buckle closure is, though, a bit different compared to the others, where it only has 1 big strap that you tighten and pull. This one kind of has 4 different straps here that you can pull from the top. This is really nice because you can get different pressure and a really nice precise fit for your hip belt compared to what you have with the other packs. Another cool thing that makes the Unbound unique is how they sewed this pack together. Rather than it being flat seams like you have in the Southwest, Junction, and Porter, the seams are actually protruded outwards and then sewn in from the outside. This allows it to have even better water resistance, and it gives you some additional structure and attachment points on the outside. So one thing is, on those seams, you actually have 2 sets of thin daisy strap loops. So that's really nice because you can attach your own gear and customize it as you like. So one of the things that I did to customize it is I laced in this stretch cinch cord here. And this allows me to attach some other gear that I like to the outside, maybe some things that are wet so they don't get into my other gear. Another thing is this pack doesn't come with a built-in ice axe loop, but they do have that D loop down here on the bottom as well, where you can put in your own ice axe loop and you can put it in any position that you'd like. So rather than it being in the center of the pocket like it is in the Junction and Southwest, I have it out here to the side and I'm able to cinch it up. And then I have the connection point on the top here cinched up here into the D loop. So my ice axe is nice to the side and I can still stuff in that stretch mesh pocket. A couple other things that Hyperlite did with the Unbound is, one, they took out that water bladder pocket that's on the inside. Most thru hikers don't use water bladders, so they just took it out. They rather use those smart water bottles. And they also took out, as a result, that water bladder port as well. So losing those 2 things, you actually are saving a little bit of weight. Another thing they did without is when you open up your pack on the top, they took out that Velcro strips, and that seemed to get in the way anyways. So by taking out the Velcro, it also saves weight there. So overall, lots to like about the new Unbound series. I thought overall that the 55 was just too tall for my liking. So if you're a solo ultralighter and thru hiker, then the Unbound 40 really checks all the boxes for you, and it's one of my new favorite packs. Really, you can't go wrong with any of the packs that were reviewed here, and hopefully this comparison helped you decide which one is best for you. So overall, should you get a Hyperlite Mountain Gear pack? Really, that depends on you, but I think it's a good choice because the pros outweigh the cons. The first pro of Hyperlite Mountain Gear packs is the amazing weight compared to its carry capacity. Another pro is their minimalistic packs. They don't have all these unnecessary zippers and brains and pockets and all those things. Now that might be a con for you, but for me, I like simple. Simple's better, and simple also saves weight. So while it is minimalistic and cuts weight, it's still very comfortable. It's size good for me, and if you get the right size pack, you're gonna be comfortable with it. Another pro is it's made of Dyneema, so it's very durable and water resistant, and it's a very strong material. So I'm very confident in Dyneema. I haven't had any issues with them so far. Now let's consider some of the cons. These are not cheap packs. These are expensive packs, and you can still backpack very nicely with cheaper and other lightweight kind of packs as well. But if you want the luxury of Dyneema, I think it is a good buy and you will get what you pay for. Another con is because the packs are pressed against your back and there's no air mesh back panel like you see in Osprey packs or the Z packs Arc Haul, you are going to have more of a sweaty back. And so it's gonna be pressed against your back, not a lot of room to breathe, so something to take into consideration. Another thing that might be a con for some is no load lifters. Load lifters are those that's gonna bring the pack closer to your back. Now, Hyperlite says you don't need it because if you get it sized properly, you're gonna be comfortable and you don't need load lifters. So those then would just be extra added weight. And I tend to agree with that from my experience so far. So what do you think of these pack comparisons? Which one was your favorite and why? Leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. If you like what you saw, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe for more backpacking and outdoor content like this. And as always, thanks for watching.